Hey guys, so I want to show you like a pretty cool wheel hack. Maybe not a wheel hack, but something that I think can be pretty cool. So if you have like a color theme going for your car, whether that's, the exterior of your car is blue or the wrap, whatever, the paint is blue, and you have brown seats or you have bronze colored wheels or, you know, your intakes or, whatever in your engine bay is colored bronze or gold or whatever, right? And you want to continue that theme where like, your car, everything you do to your car is either bronze or blue in this example. One thing that you can do is you can actually change the color of your wheel bolts. So it's very small, but I think it's very noticeable. So obviously these wheels came with gold hardware because I ordered it that way, but the wheel bolts did not. I went ahead and bought these wheel bolts from somewhere else. Many times you won't be able to find the color that you're looking for, whether it's in the case of a wheel lock. I think wheel locks typically are black or silver or whatever. They're never a color that you would want. So what you can do instead is get a bottle of spray paint, get it off Amazon. I'll show you guys in a second. I don't have it with me in the car. But yeah, get a bottle of spray paint off of Amazon and go ahead and paint the top of your wheel bolt. So this is a wheel lock. Obviously you wouldn't want to paint, the actual tread of the stem of the wheel bolt, but just paint the top of it and go ahead and switch out whichever wheel bolts you want. So this right here is a black wheel lock. It comes in black standard, at least the one that I bought. But I'm going to go ahead and change that with this so that I can complete the whole gold look of my wheel bolts. And from afar, if you were to stand up close, you'd probably notice the difference because you're not going to get the perfect paint color if you buy, the wheel bolts and the locks from separate places. These wheel bolts came gold, which was great, but I could never find a gold wheel lock. So I went ahead and just bought a regular black wheel lock and went ahead and spray painted the top of it. But they're not quite the same color, but from afar, and anyone else besides you will never notice the difference, and that's great because usually we notice issues with our car, whether it's paint chips, rock chips, dents, or whatever. But if you were to ever show your car to your friend and say, hey, what's wrong with it? Most of the time, at least in my experience and my friends' experiences, they'd be like, oh, I don't see anything wrong, or I wouldn't even notice things on their car. But they will, and I will on our own cars. So we're gonna go ahead and change out the standard black wheel lock, and then we're gonna put in this gold one, and then we're gonna see if you notice the difference. So now, let's go ahead and take a closer look. Now we've got all 5 gold. Now, as I mentioned before, yeah, you can notice the color is not quite the same. And of course, every time you take off or put on the wheel bolt, the strength of the impact gun may take off some of the spray paint. But from afar, you can't really tell. Like the standard distance that someone might be, standing from your car, yeah, they're not gonna quite notice the difference. So yeah, hopefully you guys can go ahead and try this out yourself. Just get a quick bottle of spray paint off of Amazon. They're pretty cheap most of the time. If you got extra wheel bolts, go ahead and give it a shot. Look at this guy. Look at this guy. Oh, perfect. Okay. Spot and lantern plies are just all over here. I'm going to show you guys the spray paint that I use. So this is the brand. Sorry. Yeah, it's called Krylon. Ordered it off of Amazon. It was pretty cheap if I remember, like 20 bucks if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, this is what I use. I wanted gold obviously because my car is gold. The headlights, all that stuff that I can change colors of. So yeah, I wanted gold because the hardware of the wheels are gold, and of course the bolts were gold. Could have done red, but yeah, I thought this was cool. So what I like to do is go ahead and take a cardboard box of some kind, grab your wheel bolt, and then just literally poke a hole in the top of it. The reason why you want a cardboard box is because you don't want to spray it on the ground, of course, and you also want something to, like, if you were to poke a hole in the, like, I don't know, something that doesn't have a bottom, you don't want the paint to go through the bottom to the floor. So yeah, poke a hole with the bolt, go ahead and take your spray paint. I'm not gonna do it now, but you know, you just spray around it. I like to do 2 or 3 coats. I think the bottle says it dries in, I think, 15 minutes or something like that. It says it somewhere. Oh yeah, it says it right here. Dries in 15 minutes or less, right here where my thumb is pointing, next to dry and application time. Yeah, so I do 1 coat, 15 minutes, like let it sit for 15 minutes, do another, let it sit for 15 minutes. And yeah, it's pretty simple. I think it's a pretty easy do-it-yourself hack. And yeah, if you want red, blue, whatever, you just go ahead and buy the paint off of Amazon. Should be a pretty simple DIY hack. 30 minutes, 20 bucks, cardboard box. If you have extra bolts, or if you probably want to buy extra bolts, you can like have different colors, you know what I mean? Like red or gold or green, blue, whatever you like. So yeah, that's what I like to do. So hopefully that was helpful to some of you out there, and yeah, we'll see you in the next one.